Alrighty. Episode number 9. Here we are, guys. Welcome to the Wombo Combo Show. It is October 12th. My name is Ben Kepler.
I'm Lou Bertha. How you guys doing?
And I'm Ben Yukonis.
Well, we're here. Another week. It's going well so far, I think.
9 episodes. We're missing, two hands.
Dude, we're getting there.
Appreciate all you guys out there following, liking, and joining along with us on the journey here. Let's get started, guys. Let's get into some football games. First one we're going to talk about is obviously the Thursday night football game. Pretty good one.
Pretty decent, yeah.
I mean, overall, we kind of expected the 49ers to take that game. Jordan Mason did go down. Shoulder injury, his AC joint. They haven't really let us know anything in regards to if that's a permanent thing, if it's a, if he's going to be out for a while or whatnot.
I don't think so.
On that, though.
Just vibes.
Vibes. Okay.
I don't think he's going to be out for a while.
The Lou Bertha vibes are telling you he's going to be all right. Anyways, excuse me. The guy who came in and took his place, Isaac Guerrero, I think that's how you pronounce it.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Either way.
He did great.
That guy did pretty decent. He had 99 yards, 10 rushes. I think he was involved.
The majority of those yards was from that last run he had.
He did have that big run where he got tripped up at like the 3-yard line.
Well, he slid on purpose to stay in bounds. And let the clock run.
I think it was a mixture of he was trying to slide, but also like they got him.
Well,
with
yeah,
that
a little
bit.
But he wanted to not score.
Overall, though, good productive game for most of your fantasy football players.
Yeah. Kenneth Walker touchdown.
Everyone really except Ayuk.
Yeah, Ayuk was one who I wanted to highlight as well, Ben. You're right. A little bit of a disappointing week for him. Something I thought was really funny in that game. He even announced it in the press conference. I shot it out on Twitter when it happened. I was like, I'm pretty sure George Kittle has just gone to the locker room to take a dump. and sure enough, he comes back out after taking a dump, scores his second touchdown of the game on the very next play.
Yep.
You gotta go.
And then afterwards, they asked him. They said, "Is there a reason why you left the field in the? I think it was third quarter. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat, but I'm pretty sure it was the third quarter.
It was
might
definitely
have been
second half.
It was second half for sure.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom." So I just thought that was really funny. Kenneth Walker did save his day with that touchdown.
Yeah. He was using the passing game again.
He was using the pass game. Overall, usage, I don't know, though. You're looking at 22.
His production was low.
Production was kind of low. Charbonnet, tiny bit involved, a little more than last week. Still not useful. We told you guys should have traded him. Hopefully he's not on your team anymore and you got somebody.
He had 15 yards. Yeah.
No, he had 15 yards in the pass game. He rushed for another 20. I mean, he got in on 6 plays, which is better than nothing, I guess. It's better than what he was, or worse than what he was doing, obviously, at the beginning of the season. Players to look for. I've been talking about him a lot when we talk about the Seahawks. JSN, if you watch that game, he's not amazing in fantasy football, but to their team, he's huge. He's their third down guy. He's their it's 2nd and 17. We need to get at least 12 here to make third manageable. Yeah, he's their guy for those plays. So he's playing well. He's still not amazing.
He had a costly fumble.
Dude, I didn't even know.
Did he fumble?
Yeah,
He was the one. My little boom mic, or what is this called? A pop mic.
Yeah, the pop filter. But he had a fumble.
Yeah,
so Fred Warner punched it right out.
Something that was going crazy on Twitter a little bit was the
was it Fred Warner?
Illegal motion call that called back DK Metcalf's extremely long touchdown. I wanted to ask you guys, this is my opinion on this, and I know that a lot of people on Twitter were having conversations with me and agreed, but is the illegal motion or formation penalty kind of killing the excitement in some games of football?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It is, 100%.
Dude.
For sure.
It's a janky call anyway.
It's a janky call to begin with. Okay, so the one play, he's got his toes. He's moving his toes in anticipation. Sorry, couldn't get that out. And they called him for not being set. Dude, come on.
Yeah, he's feeling the vibes.
Yeah, he's vibing like Looby Dooby over here. No, but I just think that's really stupid. It happens in a lot of games. I've seen it a lot so far this year. I just don't like that penalty at all. I mean, if you've got multiple people moving, I understand that. That is a penalty. You shouldn't have multiple guys in motion. If you've got one guy who's got a jitter in his leg, and then that's going to cause for a penalty that negates an 80-yard touchdown that changes the whole game.
Yeah, no.
No, thank you, Zebras. Stay where you're supposed to be, okay? I really thought that the refs got too involved there. Let's move on from this game. Other quick things. Geno Smith threw for 52 times, 300 yards, 2 interceptions. I can't talk today. Yeah. I did want to note that I was talking about him in the pocket rushing. He didn't rush a lot, but he did get out of a lot of sacks.
He didn't rush at all.
Well, he ran one time, but it wasn't for yards.
He got 0 yards.
He still looks decent in the pocket, I think. He didn't have any sacks through the first 3 quarters. I do remember them noting that. But anyways, we'll move on to what is to come and not what has happened.
Oh, my God, another game in London.
Oh, no.
I didn't think I'd have to do this anymore, but another game in London.
Over the pond. We're doing it in London again, innit? Let's check it out. What do we got going for this game? It looks like ETN started the week.
You didn't even say the game. Jaguars, Bears, man.
I guess not. I was so involved in being British that I forgot to mention it. Yeah, it's the Jaguars and the Bears. Jags got their first win last week.
Surprisingly so.
The Jags, again, if you haven't been watching us, we think the Jags are horrible. They're the worst team. Like I was saying, ETN started the week with a problem. He's apparently healed up and ready to go. Ben over here really likes Bigsby in this game.
I do like Bigsby.
He's going to go ahead and start him this week. Do you have anything on him? Do you think he's taking over?
I think he's going to take over like the first and second downs.
Okay.
Rushing downs. I think he's going to take those over for sure.
If you were to predict for me, how many carries do you think? Do you think they split 50-50 or do you think he
I think it goes 60-40 more Bigsby's way.
And do you think that's on snap count too, or just on touches for runs?
Just on touches for runs, really. Because I think ETN's more of a receiving back than Bigsby is, I believe.
Yeah.
So, like, in a PPR format, I guess ETN is a little bit more valuable.
Could be, yeah.
But I think Bigsby's just the better football player. I think he's got a better burst, getting through the holes and everything like that. And so I just think he's the better running back.
Okay, yeah. Other things in that game. If you're looking to start, maybe Brian Thomas Jr. Think that's a good idea.
What about DJ Moore?
DJ Moore, also another good one.
Great start.
I don't like Caleb Williams in this matchup for some reason. Just don't. I think it's too big of a early spotlight on him, and I think he flutters a little bit and doesn't do as well.
I don't think it's a spotlight at all.
It's a big game in London.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
The only people watching are the diehard football guys.
This
I'll be sleeping through at least some of this game.
It's a huge football game.
I'll be sleeping through a little bit of it. I know myself.
Oh my God. Well, I'll be up at the crack of dawn to watch this one. Let me see if we have any questions in chat, guys. We can go over a couple questions in chat if we did have any this early. Just give me 1 second to get that up. Got to refresh the page for us here. All right, there we go. Sort of.
Let's see it.
Kinda.
It's loading.
It's loading. What about Bijan? Let's see here. A couple of them coming in.
Sheesh.
We'll start out with Dante's question. Panthers still a win this week. I don't know about the Panthers this week.
Pit Panthers are.
Pit Panthers, absolutely.
I think Pit Panthers are definitely going to win.
Pit Panthers. Eric wants to know Breece Hall for Godwin, Ramondre Stevenson. I would not do that. Ramondre's hurt.
Nope, don't do that.
Yeah, Ramondre's hurt. Don't do that.
Let me see here. Colton asked, should I start BTJ? Yeah, we're talking about the Jags. I think the BTJ is the most productive player on their team, Colton. I would play him. Ricky wants us to start too if I can catch him there. Oh, we lost Ricky. Sorry, Ricky. Next one was Logan. He wants to know Bijan or Bucky. What do you think?
That's a good question. I think you still stick with Bijan.
I'm with you.
Over Bucky, though.
Yeah, just for this week, if Bucky really has a phenomenal week from now on out, I think you could probably plug him as a solid flex, maybe even moving into running back 2 levels.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Snyder wants to know Irving or Brown. In that case, I would go Bucky Irving.
Yeah,
over
that
Brown.
case, I'd go Irving.
Yeah, sure. I would too.
Dawn wants to know Mixon over Breece. Mixon coming back this week.
I don't believe Mixon's coming back this week.
He is.
He is coming back.
He said he plans to play.
Oh man, I need to change up my fantasy lineup.
Yeah,
you play Mixon.
Yeah, I would probably play Mixon in this situation. He is coming back off of an injury, so just be wary of that, guys.
I'm still playing Breece Hall.
Another one that I wanted to cover here. What's that?
I'm still playing Breece over Mixon.
Okay. Well, he is coming off of an injury, so you're being smart about that.
50-50.
Ricky D wants to know, start 2, Dell, Bigsby, Cooper, Deontay Johnson. Personally, I would go with Bigsby and Deontay Johnson. Deontay has a groin injury, but I think we're going to be okay there.
I'm taking Dell. At least Dell and Bigsby.
Dell and Bigsby?
Or Dell and Deontay Johnson. I'm feeling good. I think Dell's going to have a good week. He's due for one.
Would you play Higgins or Hubbard this week? He has Burrows. I'm in that same situation there, Aiden. I would probably go with Burrows
I'd go
and
Hubbard.
Higgins. But but Hubbard is a good play. But I do like the combos. He does not like the combos as much because you could bust.
Despite this being the Wombo combo show, I actually don't love the Wombo combo.
We're gonna do a couple more here. We'll get into the next game real quickly. Brody wants to know Kraft or McBride. What do you think there, Ben? Kraft or McBride, tight end this week.
Kraft.
I would probably go
taking Kraft as well.
I would probably go Kraft as well.
Love targets tight ends. Man.
Vinny, thank you for the GGs, brother. Elijah wants to know.
Thanks, man.
We're going to do 2 more here. Clayton.
Slayton
Slayton or JMO. I would probably go JMO. Elijah, I think JMO is the better player there.
Honestly, I might go Slayton with that one.
Just because he had that good week last
and
week?
because Neighbors is out again.
Neighbors still out.
Okay. They're telling you Slayton.
Spoiler alert.
I'm kind of with Ben. Far bend over here. You're
all right.
Yeah, I'm with him. Slayton.
So what about Saquon for Gibbs and Saquon for Gibbs and Bijan Tanner?
Yes,
I would send that. It's not often you want to be trading Saquon in this situation, but you're getting
and Bijan.
Yeah,
you're getting 2 first round picks for 1 first round pick, even though he's the best first round pick.
2 solid ones. Vinny was our #1 gifter, so before we leave, he wants to know Wicks or Pittman. Then Goddard or Kraft. I would probably go Pittman and Kraft. Yeah. Pittman is probably still better than Wicks, even though Pittman has a back injury.
I would say Wicks and Kraft, but that's
Wicks did terrible last week.
I would say Pittman and Kraft.
And Pittman hurt though.
Lico, I would go Broncos defense. Guys, let's hop into the next game real quick, and we'll get back into the questions for everybody. Our next game that we wanted to cover, though, was the Bucs and the Saints.
Bucs Saints.
Yes, sir.
I have a sleeper for you guys this week for quarterback. I think that you can go ahead and grab the guy you grabbed.
Yeah,
out of South Carolina.
Yeah, I am not a Spencer Rattler fan either, and it pained me to pick him up.
I think that he's going to do good.
I have him now.
I just have a vibe that tells me he's going to do good, guys. Before Puka Nacua was drafted, I said Puka's going to be good. Before Ramondre Stevenson was playing, I said, he looks like he's going to be good in the NFL. Spencer Rattler's arm just tells me that I think he can throw it deep, and he's going to do okay. With the wide receivers he has,
they got
Shaheed and Olave, and they've got Kamara. He has everything he needs.
Do I play Spencer Rattler or Andy Dalton? I have a question.
I play against you, so I don't care what you do, but I hope you fail. We obviously know Rasheed White's going to be doubtful, most likely out, right?
Yeah, most likely out. So if you have Irving, he would be a nice flex play.
He's a nice flex play for this week.
Or if you have other injuries at running back,
This game didn't have a lot of other injuries that I really wanted to talk about. I guess before we move out of this game and into a next one, who do you guys think wins?
Bucs.
I think the Bucs win as well.
I bet on the Bucs. Take the Bucs.
Actually, to be the devil's advocate, I'm going to roll with the Saints on this one, guys. I did say Spencer's going to do great. We're going to see if he does.
I don't think he's lying to you either. I don't think he's trying to psych me out into not playing Spencer.
No, I'm really not. I really
Dalton.
actually think he's going to be decent.
He's being truthful to you guys, so I'm assuming he's being truthful to me.
I really am. We'll do one more quick game, and then we're going to hop back into chat for a couple of seconds and catch up with everybody. Next one is Washington versus Baltimore Ravens. This game is going to be awesome in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
I have a parlay specifically for this game for everybody.
I parlayed the Bucs with the Commanders. I think the Commanders are going to upset it.
Okay, so he's got Bucs Commander for your parlay for this Sunday.
And Steelers I have in the parlay.
Okay, so it's a three-way.
Three-way.
Okay.
I like all those games.
Guys, here's my parlay for this game specifically and only this game. I have Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown, Jaden Daniels anytime touchdown, the game to go over 40 points, and I'm giving the Washington Commanders plus 10.5. If you take that bet right now, I'm looking at it live. It was at 800, now it's at 750. That means that the odds of this happening are increasing. I would plug in that. Give it a $5, boy. You'll end up somewhere near $50. That's not a bad play in my opinion.
What are the odds you say? 750?
750 right now.
I believe my 3-game parlay is also like 750.
All right, well, there's your 750 bets of the week. Did you have one?
I took the Commanders too in one of my bigger crazy parlays.
You haven't been money line?
I took them with the spread.
With the spread, and the spread was
I took
6.5, I believe.
Money was plus like 250. I was like, that's good value. I felt I had to take that.
Was it 5.5?
I got 6.5.
6.5. It says 5.9 right there. Yeah. Okay. Other than that, not a lot of injuries in this game as well. The only person I wanted to talk about, guys, and if you're watching here and asking questions about him, it looks like Gunshot Brian Robinson is not going to be playing. He's leaning towards not playing, hasn't practiced all week. Eckler is the plug and play there. If you have him as a rebound player, he's going to tell you no because he thinks he's glass. Eckler coming back from the concussion. Would you play him in this situation, being the lead back against the Baltimore Ravens defense?
I mean, yeah, I'd still play him.
I would play him. I honestly almost picked him up out of free agency to play him in a 10-man league.
I bet you he comes off the field hurt.
Against
the Ravens
I
defense.
highly doubt it. Let's hop into some questions here, guys. Jake wants to know Rico Dowdle or Antonio Gibson this week.
Man, a true battle of two studs. I'm gonna say Antonio Gibson.
Antonio Gibson.
Yeah,
okay.
I would play Antonio Gibson over Rico.
I think I would go with Rico. Rafa wants to know Mike Wilson or Leggett this week. Which one would you play out of those two wide receivers?
Good question.
I would probably go Leggett.
I would go Leggett as well.
I'm thinking Leggett as well. I almost said Mike Wilson, but I think Leggett.
Oh man, Schwartz, this is I think probably a no-brainer, man. He wants to know Evans or Wandell. I would probably play Evans in this situation over Wandell.
Evans over Wandell.
You gotta take the talent.
Eckler or Bucky? We were just talking about that, John. I think Bucky is a little bit better than Eckler in this situation, guys.
I'm taking Bucky.
Yeah,
you're taking Bucky.
We would take Bucky. Yeah, we know you are. Next question is: would you play Higgins or Mooney in the flex this week, guys? Which one would you do?
That's interesting. I would maybe say Mooney.
I mean, I would honestly say Mooney too.
You would go Mooney? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to be the
contrarian.
Nice. I'm probably going to go with Higgins just because I'm a Joe Burrow owner myself. Let me see. Next question.
Kirko likes to throw at the Mooney.
He does like to throw it a lot. 500-point game last week. Let's not let that get too crazy on us. He's not going to do that every time, though.
500-yard game.
Would you play Tank Dell or Irving this week? Braden wants to know.
Tank Dell or Irving? I think I'm going to say Tank Dell. Tank Dell's due for the game. I think he's going to go off. He hasn't even been doing bad. He just hasn't went off.
I'm playing Irving over Tank Dell.
I would play the running back, man. I would play the running back. Let me see here. Isaac Tuku. What's up, buddy? He wants to know Darnell Mooney, Garrett Wilson, Brian Robinson Jr. on the bench one this week. If I was going to bench one of those, it would be Mooney. I would play Wilson and Robinson Jr., I think. User 22 wants to know Swift or Bucky or Dobbins. Which one?
Swift.
I would play Swift, man. He's playing against the Jaguars defense in London.
I was going to say Bucky, but they have a good point.
Yeah. Chase Brown or Bucky. CJ, welcome back. We've seen you in here a bunch of times. Bucky's the answer for that one.
Bucky, CJ.
Let me scroll down here just a little bit. Ricky wants to know start two, Gibson, Dowdle, or J-Mo. I would go with the two running backs, I think, in that situation.
No, I go Gibson and J-Mo.
Gibson and J-Mo?
I think Gibson. I'm with Ben.
Okay.
I don't like any Cowboy running back.
Abner wants to know Josh Allen or Kirk Cousins this week. Which one you got? I would probably go Josh Allen. Kirk had a good week last week. What do you think there, Louis?
Who are they playing? Do you know off the top of your head?
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I'll give you my opinion whenever I see who they're playing.
Okay.
But maybe Kirko Chains.
Would you play Hubbard or Swift? I would still go with Swift there, Mr. Unnamed. I think that Swift playing against the Jaguars defense is a huge upside for us.
Yes.
Let's see here.
Swift
Myers is questionable. Is Cooper a safer bet? Yeah, Jacoby Myers is probably.
I don't think he's playing.
I think he's exactly. I think he's the worst of the two there, Daniel. Also, he's playing against the Steelers, and you got to take that into mind. He's probably going to get covered by our best guy, Joey Porter Jr., the whole time, who doesn't let up a lot of yards. I wouldn't play Myers this week. Somebody has to.
Yeah,
I won't mention any names. Caden wants to know Najee or Trey Sermon. I think I would honestly, and this is going to sound, I'm not Homer on this. I'm going to go Trey Sermon, and that's because
I was feeling kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
no.
Jalen Warren's also back.
I'm not. Najee fan right now.
Yeah, no, I would.
I don't think he's a good running. I don't think he's a very good running back.
I don't think he's doing very good right now. I'd go Trey Sermon over Najee this week.
What a disappointment, too. I was so hyped when we got
too,
Najee. I was like the biggest Najee stan in the world.
I have his jersey. Would you play Eckler or Pollard this week? I think Pollard is probably a little bit better.
Even regardless of my Eckler hate, I'm taking Pollard.
I would, yeah. And this is because Eckler plays the Baltimore defense. Let me get a couple more in here, guys.
I'll take Pollard. They're playing Tennessee.
Ooh, Jalen Warren or Justice Hill tied. What a great question.
They're playing the Colts.
Tie for Jalen Warren or Justice Hill. I think that Jalen Warren, because it's his first game back, Mike Tomlin loves him and is going to take it easy with him, ease him into the game a little bit. I think Justice Hill is the better play against the Commanders' defense, which is not very good. Their offense is just really good. Commanders' defense.
I don't know. I would go with Jalen Warren because Hill.
Me and you are on the same page today.
Yeah, Hill takes a huge backseat to Derrick Henry.
He still gets at least 10 touches a game.
Yeah, but he did nothing with them last week.
I think you take Warren.
Okay, they're saying Warren.
Najee's not been looking great.
Let me see here. Lico asks, Love or Mayfield?
Ooh, spicy.
If you're in a 2-quarterback league,
both.
you'll play both.
I think you play Mayfield.
I'm taking Mayfield over the Saints.
I would take Mayfield over the Saints, man. I think he gets into Lattimore's head and just runs it up on them. Thank you for the question, man. Let's get one more. Ty, no problem, dude. Last question here. Higgins, Marvin Harrison Jr., or Devonta Smith, and we'll get it into the next game after this.
Wait.
Higgins, Marvin Harrison, or Devonta Smith?
This is Devonta Smith's first game back.
Yeah, I would probably go Harrison.
I'm going Harrison on this one.
I'm also going to go Harrison.
Yeah, I would go Harrison. Tony, Ladd McConkey, or Josh Downs? Lou, give him an answer on that while I pull our next game up.
Man, I think you kind of just got to run with Ladd McConkey because he has a cool name.
Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, I'm playing McConkey this week in a league. So that is
literally the only reason. That was a rough question.
He gets a lot of targets, and he's probably one of the best wide receivers on that team right now. Justin Palmer kind of sucks.
Good Ladd.
He's favorite.
Yeah, I'd go Ladd.
He's his favorite, or Herbert's favorite target.
He is. He is Herbert's favorite target. Next game I wanted to talk about, guys, it's going to be the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to fly on up to Green Bay and play the Packers. 2-3 Cardinals versus the 3-2 Packers. Who do you think wins this game, guys?
The Packers.
I think the Packers win this game easily.
I'm going to be the contrarian and take the Cardinals. I actually think they're going to maybe upset them.
No,
wow.
What's the spread on this?
Let me look up.
I should have looked at that.
-5.
It is, it's about 4-5. The over/under is 47.
I like Arizona +5.
Another thing they added. People have been asking about Kraft. They added Musgrave to the IR, so he is locked in. If you were the winner of that, if you were the winner of that waiver wire move, you got somebody. Yep. Let me see here. Anything else for that game that we really wanted to cover? Not really that much. Harrison didn't have a good week last week. Trey McBride came back from his injury last week, had an okay week, not a great week. James Conner, the per usual. You know what I mean? He's James Conner. Yeah. Beware of Kyler Murray. Call of Duty drops in like 2 weeks, and so will his play, unfortunately. Other than that,
hey, he got a partnership with Call of Duty.
He did get a partnership because of the trolls.
Yeah. So memeable.
Other thing that I wanted to mention is Romeo Dubes did come out and publicly apologize, say that he didn't handle the situation very well.
Not Romeo doubtful anymore.
He's not Romeo doubtful. He's playing.
I'm doing it.
He's playing now.
Looks like Christian Watson is 50-50 to play, but he's always 50-50 for everything. So is anyone surprised? Not really. Let's get through 2 more, and then we'll hop back in the chat and grab everybody's questions. You said the Cardinals, right?
I did say the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the only one.
Yeah, he was.
For Cardinals.
I would expect.
I'm taking the upset.
So the next game I had, it was the Indianapolis Colts. They're going to be playing in Nashville, Tennessee, against the Titans.
The 1-3 Titans.
The 1-3 Titans.
The Will Levis led Titans. I still got the Titans.
I got the Titans, and it's funny. The reason why I think I have the Titans in this game is because I think that Anthony Richardson coming back actually hurts the Colts offense as opposed to helping it. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah. I agree too.
Yeah, with no Jonathan Taylor, and Anthony Richardson playing again, it just seems like it's going to be
trusted in Joe Flacco.
It's going to be scrambled eggs on the field. I feel like they're not going to be uniform in any way, shape, or form. I just don't think they're ready for that.
Would you take the Colts if they were playing Joe Flacco?
I would take the Colts if they were playing Joe Flacco. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I would take.
Are you taking the Titans?
I'm taking the Titans.
I'm taking the Titans, but I would also maybe swap if they were playing Joe Flacco.
I think that this is one of those weeks that maybe some Titans wide receivers become options in flex because of how bad the Colts secondary is. So only player from Colts side that I see, if you are an IDF fantasy football person, you play defenseman, that Nick Cross dude. I don't know if you've seen him in our Super League, but Nick Cross.
We can't get into IDF.
He's nuts.
I got IDF people, but
yeah, you do, but you're also 0-5,
Murray,
so they don't want to know. They don't want to know your IDF people.
If anyone is actually in an IDF league, say so in the chat because I've met maybe like 30 people my entire life.
We're good with it though. We know IDF, so if you ask us questions about IDF, we know about that too.
Yeah,
we're ready for that. We play that kind of style. Last game, let's get into this one. Let's hop back into the chat and talk to people here. I got the Houston Texans going to Boston, up to Foxborough. They're going to go play the New England Patriots. Yeah. We already talked about Ramondre Stevenson not playing. Drake May going to be starting this week over Jacoby Brissett, your boy. Do you think that they have any sort of chance against Houston at all?
Short and sweet, no.
I don't think so. I think this is going to be the most, we already knew how this was going to happen game. Joe Mixon back, Nico Collins out. I think Stroud.
Tank Dell, I've been saying he's due for the game, and this is the game.
Yeah.
Tank Dell game.
Yeah, I think Tank Dell does well.
I don't think it's going to be like the Texans show. I think the Patriots are going to keep it close and interesting.
I would say that, but
I think Drake May is kind of legit.
We're gonna find out. My biggest problem is their defensive leader is out because he had cocaine on him.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Who's that?
Jabril Peppers got arrested.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's suspended because
guy.
He strangled somebody and they found
strangled somebody on cocaine.
Yes.
What?
Yes. So
I saw that he strangled somebody, but I didn't know he was on cocaine.
Yeah, they found that what they think is a bag of cocaine on him, and
that's crazy.
Anyways, Jabril, get better, man. We're hoping for your mental stability to come back. Get your head right. Let's go back in the chat, see what people got. Yeah, lay off the slopes. Let me see here. Next question. We're going to hop right into Gio. Gio wants to know Wandell or Josh Downs. I think we like Wandell.
I like Wandell over Josh
Wandell.
Downs.
Bring back to me. Oh, man. Every time we do Wandell,
I did it all last show.
Oh, man. I missed it.
Wandell is consistently getting double-digit points.
Yeah, he has, and targets, or a lot of
I'm
targets.
just saying, like fantasy points.
Oh yeah. Am I good to start Tolbert over Leggett if I have CD in my lineup? Oh, I don't know if I would start. Here's what I would say, Hudson.
I don't love that.
I don't love that, and the reason is because if Dak has a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. Yeah, I would switch it up. I would play Leggett with CD.
I like the Tolbert over Leggett, like in a vacuum. If you didn't have CD, I would play Tolbert over
Normally,
Leggett.
I would say play Tolbert first, but not in this situation.
Yeah,
Let's catch up with the chat down here. Caden asked Bucky or Chase Brown. I think we answered this for somebody else earlier. We like Irving in that situation.
Yeah, we like Irving over Chase Brown for sure.
11 wants to know, start one at flex, Wandell, Dell, or Swift. I think I would pick Swift in this situation.
I would go Swift too.
He's taking Dell. We're taking Swift. Majority rules. Kick rocks, Lou. Next one, J-Mac. Start two. Pickens, James Conner, Bucky, and Tank Dell. That is a little bit of a rough one on that one. I think I'm going to go James Conner because the Green Bay defense is not very good against the run. I'm not going to take Pickens under any situation. And then I would bounce between Bucky and Dell.
I'm taking Bucky and Tank Dell.
I would take Bucky and Conner. You got an answer on that one before we move on?
I'm going to take both running backs.
Okay, that's what he's siding with me. Yeah. Braden wants to know, start one, Mike Evans, Bucky, or Deontay Johnson. I think Mike Evans is the pick there for you,
you start Mike Evans.
Seamus wants to know, Sermon or JK? Probably JK. JK has a better hold over the backfield. Sermon is going to be – they pulled up a guy too, so they have Eric Hall up as well. They're going to be playing all three running backs. JK isn't going to be fighting with Gus Edwards for 1 million runs this week. So
hey, thanks for the follow, guys.
Gus Edwards
Mello started.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, man. Let's see it. Josh asked Trey Sermon or Jerome Ford. Oh,
Trey
boy.
Sermon.
Yeah, I think Trey Sermon.
I'm taking Trey Sermon.
Yeah, Jerome Ford is just on the out.
Yeah, he's on the failing apart team.
Yeah,
too.
he is on a failing team. It's some of what is not his fault. It's kind of the fault of freaking.
Yeah, it has
Watson.
nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with Jerome Ford. He's just in a bad situation.
Ooh, Mello's got one for us. He wants to know: pick 2: Pickens, Najee, Wicks, or Deontay or Brown. I think that's a Deontay. I can't.
I'm taking
Chase Brown. Okay, so Chase Brown, Wicks, or Deontay.
I'm taking Pickens and Najee because I'm a Homer Steelers fan.
Pickens
but I think are the best players out of the 4 that you listed.
Chase Brown is injured. Wicks at a dud of a week with a lot of drops. I'm just going to go with the 2 Steelers.
Pickens and Najee.
Let's see here. Ain't that deep? Asks, should I start at flex? Who should I start at flex? Wan'Dale Robinson or Scary Terry?
Ooh, I mean, Wan'Dale. Actually, I think you take Scary Terry.
I think you start Scary Terry, even though he plays against Baltimore's defense. Wan'Dale isn't a bad option if you, like, last second, ain't that deep, decide, and freak out and put Wan'Dale in. I don't think you're going to be mad either way, right? I think both of them are going to be about the same.
I mean,
agreed.
Yeah, Scary Terry has the higher ceiling, though.
Yeah. Mike's okay, yeah. Irving or Monty? I think that one's easy. I think I would take Monty no matter what. I don't think that Irving has any bit of a standing over Montgomery at all. No,
I would still play Montgomery.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You're 0-5 in the league. You probably have Monty.
0-5 in the Super League IDP league. You know that's different than normal leagues. I'm holding it together okay in my other leagues. Okay. I'm holding it together okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say I'm in playoff position right now.
John, how's the Ravens' run defense? Do you guys know? Ravens' run defense is historically pretty good. This year, they're not as good. Those pieces that left were really those filling holes, like those Patrick Queens, those Calais Campbells, people like that. Yeah. I think that they are not as good as they have been in years. Hector, thank you for the follow, man.
I do think they're still probably all right, though.
Yeah.
I feel like they can't not be all right.
They're the Ravens. They're top 12.
They're Ravens.
They're top 12. Brendan, I would take Chubba Hubbard over Braylon Allen this week, man.
I would too.
Yep.
Chubba Hubbard's a start.
Josh has got a question. He goes, dealing with RB buys and injuries. Roschon, Gibson, Sermon. Which 2 would you start? I would go Gibson because he's going to be starting 100%.
I'm saying Gibson and Sermon.
I would go Gibson Sermon, man. I think Gibson Sermon would be the best option for you. Ernest wants to know Bowers, Laporta, or Goddard. I think we're all together on Bowers in that situation.
Yes, sir.
I was going to say Bowers.
Bowers all the way. Steelers have an issue.
Brock
defending.
Bowers.
Yes,
Tight
Forrest.
ends.
You're good, man. Forrest Smith wants to know if James Cook is going to play. Yeah, I would play him. I think you're good to go.
He's going to play. You're good to go,
He's definitely
Forrest.
trending towards playing.
Hector, play Rattler. Play Rattler over
Man,
Will Levis.
A Will Levis or
Let's
Rattler.
Go. Play Rattler.
You're having a rough week. Bye week, I guess.
It's right in front of it. Yeah, I would definitely play Rattler. Brady asks Goff, Baker, or Allen. What do you think there?
Goff, Baker, or Allen?
I think Baker.
What?
I'm saying Baker,
Goff,
yeah.
Baker,
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Baker.
I would go Baker in that situation. Gabriel, you're confused. Goff or Fields? I'd probably go Fields just because of the running aspect. What do you think?
Goff. He's a safer
I'm
play.
taking Goff just because he's the better player.
Okay. Josh, thank you for the follow. Brady, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Nick asks Kyler or Danny Dimes. Which one are you going with there?
I'm going with Danny Dimes.
Are you?
Actually, wait, no.
Neighbors is
too.
Okay.
Neighbors is out, but I'm still going with Danny Dimes.
I'm still going with Danny Dimes.
All right, let's ride Danny Dimes this week. John, thank you for the follow, man. Steven, thank you for the follow. Start Love.
I'm actually playing Danny Dimes over Kirk Cousins in the league.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Big Danny Dimes guy.
John Lawn. I would play Daniels. I wouldn't. The other quarterback, Love. I would play Daniels over Love. It's going to rain in Green Bay. Yeah, that is a good adage. Thank you for letting us know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was not aware of that.
I would play Daniels. I would play Daniels, and I said this last week in the show, John. If you have a quarterback who has the ability to acquire you a lot of fantasy football points on his feet,
Yeah.
You always play that guy first.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Always,
That's the best type of fantasy player you can get.
Brady wants to know Gibbs, Mooney, or Kamara at flex. Kamara and wait, why? How many people are in your league that you're discussing Gibbs or Kamara in a flex position,
Yeah,
Brady?
that's crazy.
I think you take Kamara, though.
Yeah, you take Kamara, but that's crazy. PPR, Zach Moss or Pickens rest of the season.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Ooh,
well, Zach Moss is not hurt. He was, hurt for most of the week, but he
Pickens
is supposed to play. And Pickens is the answer, though. It's PPR.
It's PPR. Pickens is the answer. He's not going to fight anybody on the Pittsburgh Steelers for any sort of time. J-Mac,
he
start
might
3.
Fight people, though, on the Steelers.
He might fight people, yeah. Start 3, Pickens, James Conner, Bucky, Tank Dell, or Tank Bigsby.
Ooh.
What do you got?
Pickens, James Conner, Bucky, Tank Dell, Tank Bigsby. I'm going double tanks, and I'm going Pickens.
Okay, I'm going James Conner and double tanks. Actually, no, I'm going James Conner, Bucky, and Tank Bigsby. That's who I'm going. Do you got one for that or no?
All 3 running backs? Are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm going all 3 running backs. Yeah, running back.
I would do Connor, Bucky, Tank Dell.
Tank Dell instead of Bigsby. Okay. Steven asks Kirk Cousins or Allen this week. I think we may have answered that one. I think we go with Allen.
Yeah, you two were more Allen. I was
That's right.
Blake Kirko.
John, no problem. You're welcome, man. Join us every week. We're on at 4 p.m. on Saturdays. And 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, man. McNichols or Tracy this week, Lou?
McNichols or Tracy? I'm going to say Tracy.
I would go Tracy as well. I think that Singletary is not 100% recovered, regardless if he plays. He's not going to play 100%.
McNichols steals some carries from.
He's definitely going to steal some carries.
I'm starting
sure.
Tracy.
So,
yeah, Pickens for sure, Nick. Yeah, that's right, dude.
I go McNichols on that one.
Rex Hillman asks Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts. Oh man,
Joey B.
I think
Jalen Hurts.
No,
you just said about the best thing in fantasy is have a quarterback who can run on the ground. He'll do the tush push. He's good for a touchdown at least on that. I think you gotta go Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I think Jalen Hurts sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Burrow's the better quarterback in a vacuum, but I think you gotta go Jalen Hurts at fantasy.
He says go Jalen Hurts.
You just said the guy.
Yeah, but I think if he's talented, I think Jalen Hurts is a waste of money for the Eagles.
Oh, you gotta go Jalen Hurts.
Sorry if you're an Eagles fan, but I think that your quarterback is horrible, like really bad. Next question.
That's great.
Is from Cian Conley. He asked, "I have Gibbs. Should I be worried about Montgomery?" No, I wouldn't be worried about that at all, man.
They've been both putting up.
Yeah, they've
been
back.
both producing.
Be worried about.
They're both great fantasy plays.
Yeah,
it's weird that there's a team like that with two good running backs.
Yeah,
both fantasy viable.
It's been a while
plays.
since that has happened.
Yeah, for sure. DJ Johnson wants to know Conklin or Ertz at tight end. Conklin is a little bit banged up, man. I would probably go with Ertz in this situation just because Conklin is
Daniel's been throwing the Ertz more.
We should probably hit some games.
Colby said no to him, too, about the Montgomery thing. Thanks, Colby. We appreciate you chiming in and help us out there. Let me see what the next question was. Trey wants to know Tank Bigsby or Antonio Gibson at flex.
I think I'm taking Tank Bigsby, actually, despite my Antonio Gibson love.
I would play Antonio Gibson because he's going to be the lead back in that situation. Tank Bigsby is still going to play behind ETN. He has not taken his job. Hondo wants to know what we think about Patrick Queen. We think that he hasn't done enough yet.
He hasn't done enough, but I still am a fan of Patrick Queen.
He's got to do more.
I'm in the middle on him. I still think he could be worthful to us, but at the moment he hasn't been amazing.
Yeah, he's got to do more.
Frito, I would take James Cook over J.K. Dobbins, sir. I just think that he's better.
Gotta take James Cook.
Yeah, James Cook for sure. Cousins or Stroud, Ben?
Oh.
Who would you go in that situation?
Cousins.
I think I would
Stroud's
go.
been a little turnover prone.
I would take Cousins as well.
So
okay.
I'm going Cousins.
Okay. The official DH wants to know Burrow or Love. What do you think there? OG Pac-Man, thanks for the follow.
Thanks, man.
I think I would go Burrow.
I'd still go
Burrow or Love?
Yeah.
I think I would take Burrow in that scenario.
Yeah.
Leave personal feelings out of fantasy football. Oh, yeah, but that's
impossible, man. That's
intuition.
Nobody's perfect. What are you talking about?
Intuition is how you win fantasy football leagues, sir.
Man.
So I disagree
you
with you
have
completely.
The vibes, dude. My whole life is built on vibes. You're attacking my core
Jalen Tolbert or Alex Pierce at flex? I think Jalen Tolbert over Alex Pierce. What do you think, Ben?
Thanks for the follow, man.
I'm gonna
Suns,
have to agree
Bulls?
with you on that.
Are you a Suns fan?
Next question we had here was which What should I do with Mason? Who should I target? Well, with his injury, I'm a little bit worried that your stock has dropped a little bit, but I would still try to get yourself a running back 2. I would trade him for a running back 2, especially if he's injured. Try to get at least a running back 2 or wide receiver 1 for Jordan Mason. You think that's a fair level assessment?
Yeah.
It was a fair assessment. I don't know if you'd be able to get that now with the injury.
Right. Non-PPR, Eckler, Leggett, or Dwaddle. I think Eckler in that situation of those 3 players. Non-PPR, I would go Eckler.
Yeah, I would also take Eckler. Mm-hmm. That's me taking my personal feelings aside and leaving him away from fantasy football.
Josh Pechtel wants to know, start 2, Sermon, Jameson Williams, or Antonio Gibson. I think you go double running back there. What do you think? Sergio, thank you for the follow, man.
No, I go J-Mo and Gibson.
You're going J-Mo and Gibson in that situation?
Yes, I would.
I think I'm taking.
I think Jameson has a good game.
Okay. You're vibing on him today, aren't you?
Yeah, I think because he hasn't really done much lately. I think he goes off this week.
Okay. Ben went on a date last night, and he's all in this cool, calm, collected mood today over here. He's not trying to argue with anybody. He's just giving his points and moving on. All right, dog. I see you over there. All right, Matt wants to know, do I start Diggs or Godwin this week? Lou, let me get a thought from you on that. Godwin or Diggs?
I'm taking Diggs.
I would take Diggs, too. Nico Collins is out. I think we'd go with Diggs. Evan, what's your question here, man? He wants to know Pickens, Wandell, or Smitty this week. Who you going with in the flex spot? I think I'll go with Wandell. Wandell.
Is he talking about Devontae Smith?
Yeah, Devontae Smith, first game back.
Yeah, I would put Wandell on the flex.
That's a jam. And maybe pass a lot of your guys' time.
Oh,
that's
man.
A jam. Yo.
Oh, man. Rex wants to know Kenneth Walker, who's already played, or Jahmyr Gibbs.
Check it out.
Well, you're already stuck, brother.
Walker already played. But if you're talking about like just in general, like who would you rather
rest
have?
of the season, I would go Gibbs.
I'd take Gibbs.
Yeah. Suns-Bills.
Suns, man.
Would you go Chase Brown or Mixon this week?
I'm taking Mixon. He's supposed to start.
Yeah,
I just learned that, though, on the podcast today. So.
Rachel, Etienne, or Bigsby?
Bigsby.
Ah, man. I think
start Bigsby, man.
I think Etienne still is the starter.
I'm taking Bigsby.
Okay. All righty.
I'm not high on Etienne, though.
Canand wants to know Dobbins or Mooney. What do you think?
Mooney?
Okay. I like Dobbins in that situation just because I like running backs more. Conrad, trade away Pickens and Dobbins for A.J. Brown. Yes.
Oh, yeah. If someone will do that, do that.
Sergio, top tier. Josh, Damian, thank you guys for the follows.
Thank you guys all for the follows, yeah.
Chris wants to know Xavier Hutchinson or Rashad Bateman at flex in his 16-man league. That makes sense why you asked that, Chris. Thank you for telling us it's 16-man so we didn't go crazy about it.
Rashad
Bateman, I think, would be the better option for you. Hutchinson does get catches whenever he has to play. He is not a bad player.
I think Hutchinson's
Bateman had a touchdown last week, though.
In a 16-man league.
I'm
going Bateman.
I'm taking Bateman.
No, you play Hutchinson.
No.
You don't play Bateman.
You said he wasn't arguing. And
now he's arguing. Yeah, now he's arguing. Jack Blackburn wants to know Olave or Deontay this week. Olave playing with the backup quarterback.
Taking Deontay.
I would probably take Deontay. I think he's going to suck up catches. You're taking Olave? Okay, not bad. Logan, thank you for the follow, man. Jarrell wants to know start 1. J.K. Dobbins, Etienne, Jay Williams for the Broncos. Which one you like there?
I like Dobbins the best.
I like Dobbins the best out of that as well.
I'm going to rate them for you. I would go how you wrote them out. I would go J.K. Dobbins, Etienne, and then Williams. That would be my lineup for that. Yeah. Yep. Cool wants to know, would you go with Marvin Harrison or Mooney this week? I think we can agree on Marvin Harrison, right, guys?
Yeah, you got to take the high upside of Marvin
I feel like that would be the best option. Evan, if you missed our message, we want you to take Wandale. A Booties wants to know Sutton or Slayton. I think Slayton, man. What do you think? Slayton over Sutton?
Yeah, Slayton.
For the Broncos?
I'm not a big Cam Sutton guy.
I'm not a big either of those two guys fans, but I really don't like Sutton.
I would do
Slayton.
No, Sutton.
More powerful
Sutton
name.
over Slayton.
Darius Slayton.
Sutton over Slayton.
Sutton over Slayton? Okay.
Slayton.
Bigsby, Sermon, or Gibson for top tier? What's that?
Said he's a top target in Denver.
Oh, yeah. He is a top target there.
He kind of sucks.
Bigsby, Sermon, Gibson. Which one of those three guys would you take? I would probably go Gibson. Then you would go Bigsby, Gibson, Sermon, huh?
I think I would actually play them in the order you wrote it: Bigsby, Sermon, Gibson.
Okay.
I would do Gibson. Or no, Bigsby, Gibson, and Sermon.
Okay. Well, there you go. I think Bigsby probably is the best one out of there.
Thank you for the flower.
Thank you for the rose.
Rose, whatever. I don't use TikTok. I'm old.
He's not wrong.
Aiden.
He's not wrong. A rose is a flower.
Yeah.
Pickens or Deontay? Pickens or Deontay? I think that probably Deontay. What do you think, man? Pickens or Deontay?
Deontay.
What do you think?
The homer in me wants to say Pickens, but I kind of feel like Deontay
yeah,
as
we
well.
still have games to cover.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of games to cover.
We've been answering questions.
I said earlier.
Well, let's hop back into a couple.
We got a couple more games to cover. I think we're like halfway with the games.
We are about done with the games here, but let's cover the rest of them. We finished off. We were talking about the Houston Texans and the Patriots.
Nah,
we're halfway.
We could bust through them quick.
Yeah, but some of them are like blowout
like this is
games.
like Eagles Browns.
Eagles Browns.
What's there to talk about other than?
Like that one's going to be a simple game. We already know who's going to win. We're all taking the Eagles. Are any of you taking the Browns?
Yeah, no.
You think Jalen Hurts ain't going to run all over the Eagles?
No, I think that he sucks. I think that he's surrounded by talent, and that's what makes him look good. Same thing when he was with the Alabama
kind of
Rolling Tide.
This is an interesting game.
This is kind of an interesting.
This is a decent one. The next game was that we were talking about right here is the Chargers. They're going to be playing the Denver Broncos. I think the game is going to be very close. I think it could be like a 17-14 game. Both teams have great defenses. If you're playing either one of them in fantasy this week, I think they're a good play. What do you think, Ben?
I agree. I have Denver's defense.
Do you? I have Denver's in one of my leagues.
I'm with you. Who do you like? I like the Broncos.
I like the Broncos in this game as well. Ben, what do you think?
I do too.
Okay.
I do. Okay. Too. I like the Broncos in this one because the Chargers they just don't know how to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that? I hope that guy's still watching or Charger fan.
Oh yeah, our Charger fan. Yeah. From Tuesday. In this game, I think that the fantasy football players that you can look at playing would be the following: J.K. Dobbins, if you have to, Sutton, if you have to, QJ, Quentin Johnson. There isn't.
You have to, Ladd.
Yeah, and Ladd McConkey as well. There isn't a lot in this game that's really something to write home about. Javonte Williams is an okay start as well. Next game is the Homer game.
Here we go.
How about this one, boys, if you didn't know? Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown are hosting a...
No way.
They're hosting a rave for the Pittsburgh Steelers outside of the Raiders Stadium before the game.
No way.
Yes.
Here we go.
They're hosting a huge party in Vegas. I think that's crazy.
I love that.
We already mentioned... We mentioned Jaylen Warren is coming back this week. You like him as a play in fantasy football. None of us like Najee Harris as a play in fantasy football. Obviously, Devontae Adams is still not playing. He says he has a quote-unquote hamstring injury, but obviously we know he wants to be traded.
Jacoby Myers also.
Jacoby Myers also
don't think
injured.
He's playing. Yeah, he is injured. He may play, but I don't think he is.
Aiden O'Connell starting at quarterback. We hate that as well. That doesn't do any good for any of the other.
Give me the
Steelers
players by 1,000.
Yeah, Steelers by 1,000,000. I think George Pickens has an okay game.
I wouldn't say 1,000,000, only 1,000.
Yeah, I think it's the Steelers.
We have a high propensity to screw this shit up.
You are right. I mean,
if there's ever a game for the Steelers to lose, it is this one.
Yeah,
we always lose the shit
this is our
quarterback come out of nowhere.
I'm going with the Steelers. I think we're gonna be fine. I think we have enough talent in Justin Fields on the field.
I think this game's gonna be way closer than you think it's going to be.
We'll find out tomorrow.
17-14 Steelers.
We'll find out tomorrow.
On the last second field goal.
Yeah, man.
I think it's going to be 31-17. I think that's the end score. Steelers win. I think they have a great game. I think that they get a defensive touchdown as well.
I'm with you, kind of, but I know how the Steelers be against these type of teams.
Are you taking the Raiders then with your
No,
hot
I'm
takes
taking the
over there?
Steelers
always.
by
Man.
3, dude. It's going to be
pessimist
like
over here
always.
on this side.
We
just woke up the demon in him. Let's see. Next game. Let's go on to the next one. It's a rivalry matchup. Not a very good one, though. We think we know who's going to win this one as well. It's the Carolina Panthers playing the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons will be traveling to Carolina's stadium where it's always empty. No one ever in that stadium. It's all blue seats.
Because the Panthers suck.
Yeah, the Panthers are terrible. Ben, do you think they have any bit of a chance to win this game?
No.
Me neither. I think that Chuba Hubbard is...
This is the blowout game, or what should be a blowout game.
I don't think it will be, though. I think it'll be a lot of points.
Andy Dalton's gonna get spanked.
I think it's gonna be a lot of points.
I think.
Should I play Andy Dalton or Spencer Rattler?
The Falcons' defense is pretty good.
Spencer Rattler.
I like
Falcons' defense is pretty good. I'm with you on that.
The safeties for the Atlanta Falcons are really good. Yeah. In this game,
and Carolina's offense is nowhere near as good as Tampa Bay's.
I mean, neither was the Steelers, and we won. So I mean,
well, that was also week 1.
Well, I guess, yeah. For that, I would say that Chuba Hubbard, Deontay Johnson, maybe Leggett for the Panthers are okay plays.
Kyle Pitts, always a play.
Yeah, for the Falcons, you've got a plethora of players that you can play. You can play.
Is Algier a play?
Algier, I do not think is a play.
I don't think he's a play either.
I don't think Algier is a play. Pitts is a play. Mooney is a play. London is a play. Anyone else?
Is a play.
Oh, Bijan, yeah, obviously. Yeah, but we all think that the Falcons roll on this game, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving into the next one, we'll get the whole way to Monday night's game or Sunday night's game, and then we will hop back into chat here. The next game is going to be a pretty good one. I think so, at least. Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. Lou, who do you think takes this game?
I gotta say the Lions.
You got the I got the Lions.
I'm
sorry, I don't know why I reacted that way. Yeah, I think the Lions. I think the Lions do well. I do think
the Cowboys struggled against the Steelers.
They did struggle against the Steelers. They don't have a run game really. The best running back on their team is Dwaddle, and he is not that great. He's okay though.
Yeah, we're not big Rico Dwell haters as a person.
I think that the big thing that is going to be the defining factor in this game is going to be the fact that Dallas cannot stop the run because everyone is injured or doesn't exist because they don't have them on their roster.
Yeah, their defense is banged up front.
Monty and Gibbs just tear them apart.
That's kind of the
absolutely tear them apart.
I think it's a big Gibbs game.
I got the script. That's what they said.
Big running game day for the Lions.
Yeah. So are we all going with the Lions in this game, guys?
I'm taking Lions. And I hate the Cowboys.
All going.
That is me putting personal feelings in
and I think
pick.
that was the latest starting game. Other than that, we just have 2 more to cover. You guys want to hop back and chat or just finish these two?
Let's just finish.
Let's just kill them out. These are decent games.
These are decent games.
We got Monday too, right?
We have a Monday game as well. What do you think is going to happen in this game? The next game that we have, guys, is the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday Night Football, traveling to New York to take on the Giants. I think the
Giants.
I think the Giants win. I'm with you.
That Bengals defense is bad.
Like Swiss cheese.
The Bengals defense is really bad, but the Bengals offense is really
I know.
good.
I think this is going to be like exactly like last week, another shootout.
I'm with you. I agree with you.
I think the Bengals win. They think the Giants win. I guess I can see.
Tracy's going to run all over.
I can see where they're coming from.
Or Singletary, but I think Tracy.
I just can't believe that. Like there's just something that tells me I can't believe that.
G-men.
They even have a better record. Which is like like I don't know, but I think Joe Burrow's.
I think the Bengals defense is just that bad.
I agree with you that they are that bad.
James Daniels,
but
Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
has been playing good lately. So like
he has been playing good, which is kind of weird.
I'm starting him over Kirk Cochains.
I just can't believe it. So I'm going to take the Bengals. I understand where both of these guys are coming from, but I can't get it to come out of my mouth and say that I agree.
And the last game.
The last game that we have is Monday night's football game, which I think is going to be one of the better Monday night football games that we've watched so far, even though there have been a bunch of good ones. You think this is going to be a dud?
I'm actually, dude, Ben, you and me are on the same page. I'm more excited about Bengals Giants than this game.
Did you both drink pessimist juice before you came here? God.
None of these teams, neither of these teams are playing up to their expectations.
I think this game is going to be pretty good. Aaron Rodgers on Monday Night Football is spectacular to watch. He always has been. He always has a thriller of a game. So that's why I believe it is.
Robert Saleh got fired.
You know who else?
He got demoted. Hackett got demoted, I believe.
He got demoted off of being the play caller for the offense.
Yeah, he's still like in theory the guy.
Who do you think wins this game? Aaron Rodgers' ankle injury has been limited all week. James Cook
is going to play. He's going to play.
Shakir is maybe.
He's out. I believe he's out.
Yeah, he's maybe.
I'm going to go Jets, but I mean, I don't know. It could be this game.
I was leaning Jets as well.
I think Jets win. I think that's an upset win for the Jets.
Take the under, though. I don't know what it is, but I bet you take the under.
I can tell you what the under is. The under for the Jets game.
Scroll past it.
Did I scroll past it? Oh, I sure did. The under would be 40.
I'd take the under. I could see I could see the
17-14
under
as well.
I would take the under as well.
I could see the under as well. The Bills are -3 or 135. The Jets are +115. So you could take the under and the Jets and come out with a pretty good bet there. Probably like +200. Do you think 230, something like that? Probably.
Yeah. Combine them together.
But all right, hey, we covered all the games, guys. You want to get in with the chat again and get talking to everybody?
Yeah, we can go
let's
back.
get back
All right.
in the chat.
Let's do it.
Hit that thingamajigger.
All right, we're gonna start out with Donnie.
Thingamajigger.
Donnie, how you doing, brother? Your question is Dobbins or Travis Etienne this week. What do you think, Lewis? Dobbins or Etienne?
Oh, I think Dobbins, but I don't really love that scenario for you, man. I'm sorry to hear about it.
Yeah, Donnie, I don't love it either. Dobbins is gonna fight for less carries, so I agree. Even though Travis Etienne's better.
I would do Dobbins over.
Yeah.
Etienne.
Yeah, it's because of the Tank Bigsby factor is why I'm taking Dobbins.
And no one's taking Dobbins.
Bryce D, answer my question. Sure, dude. You don't gotta yell. Calm down. We'll get to you, Bobs.
He didn't yell. He just said answer my question.
Najee Gibson Sermon pick 2. I would probably go with
Sermon.
Gibson Sermon, man.
Sermon.
Mike Crombie
Gibson
wants
Sermon.
to know James Cook or Downs at flex and full PPR. I think James Cook. I wouldn't go with a wide receiver over James Cook and full PPR.
Yeah, I think you gotta take James Cook as well. I'm with you on that.
Leading on that question, next question goes to Gokundra. He wants to know Downs or Slayton PPR.
Ooh.
I would probably go Slayton in that situation with Richardson being in.
Because I mean, if Flacco was playing, I'd play Downs. But.
Yeah. Shane Watts wants to know Connor Jacobs Eckler start 2. What do you think, Ben?
Connor Jacobs.
Yeah, I think Connor Jacobs.
Isn't Connor Jacobs like actually a sports guy?
I don't know.
The name sounds.
It sounds like a
hockey.
Stereotypical name. Yeah, for
I would
sure.
go
Connor Jacobs, right wing for the Detroit Red Wings.
Viper wants to know trade DK for Devontae. No, I don't think so.
No, you keep DK.
Yeah.
Keep DK, 100%.
Ooh, here's one. Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is already for the long run. Sorry, Adrian, I didn't read that at first. I think
Jalen Hurts.
Probably Jalen Hurts, unfortunately.
Yeah,
he hates
probably
Jalen Hurts.
I don't like Jalen Hurts.
If you missed his big spiel, you want a quarterback who runs and gets touchdowns in fantasy.
I just think he's the worst one.
Exactly what Jalen Hurts does.
Except he doesn't do it good.
He has the tush push. He
has a bunch of dudes grab his butt and push him. You gotta pick him up in fantasy football. That sounds like so lame, dude. That guy's a loser.
That's like
I hate him. I hate him. Be a real talented football player. Don't have big offensive linemen push you for touchdowns, and I'll consider you a good football player.
He's all right.
Let's
I do
move on
agree
their
that
questions.
he may be the worst, though.
David wants to know Mooney or Bucky.
You skipped one.
Oh, there's thousands of them. All right. Well, would you start Caleb Williams over Baker this week? No.
Baker over Williams for sure.
James Cook or Bucky?
That's
one
the flex.
for you.
James Cook.
You go with James Cook.
James
so would
Cook.
I. Yeah. Bucky or Mooney? PPR.
Mooney.
You go Mooney.
Mooney over Bucky.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably lean Bucky. I like to be safe with the running backs. Bryce, y'all don't think Najee due for a TD? Well, here's the thing. Jalen Warren's back.
He's so frustrating to watch.
Jalen Warren's back, brother. So that's why we're on stay away from Najee. We think that Jalen Warren's back.
I think
he is probably due for a TD.
He's due for a TD. Yeah. Will he get one though? Is an entirely different question.
It is frustrating
in itself.
Donnie, how do we feel about Pickens? We're a little bit frustrated with him.
I love him. But
I love him as a player.
I'm frustrated.
Get your head out of your ass.
He needs to
start
grow up.
Football.
That's what
I understand.
think.
He's a young kid.
Tobo, Pollard or Hubbard? What do you think, Ben?
Pollard.
I would go.
I'm taking Pollard.
I would go Pollard as well.
I like Pollard over.
Siobhan wants to know trade Dobbins for Evans all day, dude. If you're getting,
if you're getting
Mike Evans,
King
Dan, no problem, man. Pitts or Schultz?
Ant Mill, thank you for the follow.
Pitts or Schultz? Which I would go Pitts.
I would go Kyle Pitts.
Jordan, what do you think? When do we think that Jordan Brooks comes back? It's week 6. I think you can expect him week 8, man. I don't think that next week he plays. I think that
Are you high on him?
I am. They took him already injured. He was already injured in the second round.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not like super high on him.
No, but you don't draft a guy who's injured unless you know he's really
I do
good.
feel you on that.
Frankie wants to know trading Mixon for Jalen Reed. That's actually pretty decent.
Ooh, that I like Mixon.
That's an even trade.
If you're heavy at running back already and you're getting Reed, Frankie, I think you're good there, man. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Would you play Slayton or Zay Flowers this week, Ben? I would probably play
Flowers.
Yeah, Flowers is playing the Commanders' defense. I think that's a better matchup.
Slayton, you heard it here first.
I would lean.
Slayton's also playing the Bengals' defense, so that you've got two good options.
I mean,
there.
You're flip a coin.
Yeah, flip a coin. I like to say it's called we're trading apples for apples in this situation. Flex 1 full PPR. We got ETN, Bucky, BTJ, Devonta Smith, and G. Wilson. I would go personally BTJ.
Flex 1?
Yeah, full PPR. BTJ is getting a lot of points every week. He's been steady every week. He's the best player on the team.
I'm taking Devonta Smith.
You're taking a guy who hasn't played in 2 weeks. All right, smart. Yeah. This is why you're 0-5.
He had a bye week. What do you mean? He was out 1 week. He had a bye week.
His quarterback is Jalen Hurts.
A good quarterback. One of the best.
If you can't tell, my person to hate today is Jalen Hurts. George wants to know.
Thank you for the follow, Groovy Packow.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Pick
I'm
one.
Groovy, too.
Oh, sit one. I'm sorry. Sit one. Henry, Mixon, Hall, Bigsby.
Ooh. Yeah, you sit Bigsby in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. Yeah. That pains me to say it, though.
Bryce D's back with one. He wants to know, you think Sermon and Gibson perform against their opponents?
I do.
Gibson
is starting.
I think Sermon might.
I think Sermon does a little bit more than Gibson.
Yeah, I don't think Gibson has like a
Sermon did good last week when he started.
I understand this. That's why I'm going with Sermon over Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson playing against the Texans, I don't think is the best matchup, especially with the new quarterback. There's going to be a little bit going on. Zach Moss or Najee? Which one you got?
I'm taking Zach Moss.
I think Zach Moss as
well.
Bad Crew, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
Next one was from Ant Mill. He wants to know J-Mo or Tolbert. Ben, what do you think there?
J-Mo.
I'm taking Tolbert. He's been sleepy good.
I think that either one is a decent option.
The words of Keurig, sleepy
I'm going to side with him here. I'm going to go with Tolbert on this. Daniels or Williams hammer?
Hey, thank you for the follow, James.
Daniels all day over Caleb Williams.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Bryce.
Do you think Brees is going to keep doing bad? No, I don't think Brees is going to do bad the entire season.
No, this is the time, though. He needs to show up.
Yeah, he does need to
fire the coach because he's been doing bad.
If you need a running back, he's a good target to try to trade for right now because, like you right here who asked that question, a lot of owners of him are very frustrated. So
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, the next question is going to be BTJ or Amari. I think BTJ is the easy answer there, right?
Yeah, Amari sucks.
Oh, here's a 2-quarterback question.
We're all in 2-quarterback league.
Would you go May or Levis? Luda, man, how'd you end up with those as your 3, brother?
Started.
I would probably.
May or Levis is your. Ooh.
I have Levis on my.
He has to have
bench.
bye weeks. There's no way.
Yeah. I would probably go May. I don't think Levis doesn't have a good game at all yet this season. I have him on my bench as my 3rd quarterback, and I'm actually kind of trying to get rid of him. So, Luda, I would probably go with May in that situation. Next one, Goff or Baker? I think we already covered that.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts for the rest of the season, I'm guessing, Adrian?
Jalen Hurts. Money.
I'd probably have to go with Jalen Hurts in that situation.
You hate him
for the rest of the season? Yeah.
Yeah.
He already did his bye week.
He already
he's good to go.
Yeah. Tejas asks, start Cousins, Caleb, or Fields? I'd go Cousins. Yeah, Cousins.
Caleb, or Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking Kirk Chains.
Let me see. Next question: Neighbors or Evans? I mean,
Neighbors ain't playing.
Neighbors is out, man.
Yeah, I would go with Evans.
He's out this week.
That being said, like for future weeks, I would maybe play Neighbors over Evans. Spicy take.
Okay.
Spicy take.
I think Mike Evans is great. I have Mike Evans in the league, and I have Neighbors in the league.
James asks here, he wants to know Jahmyr Gibbs and Dobbins for Monty and Achane. Yeah, I would do that one. I would upgrade.
Jahmyr Gibbs and Dobbins.
He's trading Jahmyr for Monty, and then he's trading Dobbins for Achane. That's an upgrade.
Yeah.
I think so.
Is he getting Achane?
Yeah, if he's getting Achane and Monty.
Nah, man. Keep what you got.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade away Gibbs.
I don't know where he was before this show, guys, but hopefully he
I'm relaxing. Saturday afternoon.
Groovy Paco wants to know Garrett Wilson or Bucky. Which way would you go there?
I'm gonna say Bucky.
I'm probably gonna go Garrett Wilson. What do you think?
Oh, this is the one time you don't
I'm
want to
go
Bucky over a wide receiver.
I think Bucky.
You think Bucky as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next question: BTJ or Deontay? I think we're gonna probably go BTJ together on this one.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
You want Deontay or BTJ?
I'm gonna
BTJ.
take BTJ.
Okay, finally.
Begrudgingly.
Finally, we calmed him down. Mike Evans or Wandale? Which one?
Oh, you gotta play Mike Evans here, man. I love Wandale. Yeah. You gotta take Mike Evans, bro.
Yeah, I have both of them in a league, and I'm always playing Evans over Wandale Robinson.
James wants to know Darnell Mooney or Amari Cooper.
Darnell Mooney.
I think I'm going Mooney in that situation.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney.
Yeah. Let's see. Next question here. We got these ones. No problem, Luda. Let me just scroll the whole way down and catch up. We'll go up. Start Bucky or Swift for Zach Hassan. I think Swift.
I think you go Swift over Bucky.
Wandale or J-Mo?
I think I already went with J-Mo over Wandale.
I think J-Mo has the higher ceiling. Wandale has the higher floor. Yeah.
Alex wants to know Evans and Gunshot Robinson for Jettas and Ford. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
No, dude, you're getting robbed,
yeah,
bro.
Ford's not worth it.
You have way better value with
Evans ain't that much worse than
Robinson
Jetta.
Jr.
But the other guy's Ford's a lot worse than Brian Robinson.
We may have answered this one already earlier, Tejas, but we got you real quick. Downs or Tolbert? Where did you lean that way?
Tolbert. Tolbert.
Yeah, I would take Tolbert.
I took Tolbert as well.
Tank Bigsby or Antonio Gibson? Real quick.
Spicy.
Tank.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby.
Next one, I traded Achane and Debo for Neighbors and Jacoby Myers. Good deal.
Yes, I think I actually love that deal.
I think that's an O.
Achane is going to be losing his touches with Mostert coming back, and Neighbors is fantastic.
I think it's fair. Trey, thank you for the follow, man. Would you do Amon-Ra for Derrick Henry? I would not. I think Amon-Ra is better than Derrick Henry in fantasy football. What do you think?
But he's the running back.
Yeah, but Amon-Ra gets like 20 points a game.
So does Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but age.
If you need it.
Likelihood of injury.
I don't think I would do that trade either, but it depends on your team, I guess.
I mean, if you need a running back.
If you really needed a running back, it's fair, but otherwise, I just wouldn't do it. I don't trade Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I still don't. I wouldn't trade Amon-Ra.
Yeah. Alex Anderson wants to know, should I risk Cook for Monday Night Football or start Dwaddle against the Detroit Lions?
I would
risk Cook, man.
Cook. I'd risk Cook. User, no problem. Thank you for the follow.
Cook. Thank you.
Who do I start at flex? Antonio, Bigsby, or Wilson? Guys, while you're watching, make sure you're just tapping that like for us and continue it so that we keep reaching more people. We don't want gifts. We would rather build our community. Yeah. So just make sure you're tapping the screen with us. We really appreciate that.
What's the question, man? Antonio Gibson or
Antonio Gibson, Bigsby, or J-Mo at your flex this week? Which one do you like?
I'm taking Antonio Gibson.
I'm taking
Antonio Gibson, yeah.
You taking Antonio Gibson? I'm taking Bigsby, Ben.
I'm taking Bigsby.
Okay.
I think he's got the highest.
Tage wants to know, traded away ETN and Singletary for Jacobs. Is that a W? I don't think so.
It's not a W, but it's not like a horrible L either.
Personally, I don't think so.
That's too much. It's not a big L. It's not a big L, but I think it's a little bit too much.
I think the way he said it's right. It's not a big L, but it wasn't the greatest trade for you. Michael, start 2. Chase Brown, BTJ, Zay Flowers. Ben, take this one.
BTJ and Zay Flowers. Chase Brown's injured.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, I would go with that too.
Sure. Don't know how much he's going to actually play.
Here's another trade. Evan Germanese asks, I traded Kenneth for Brees and Godwin. Did I win?
Yes,
I
think so.
I think that's a good trade. You got two goods for one good.
You got Brees and Godwin for what? Kenneth Walker?
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah, you traded him at a good time.
That's a fleece.
That's fantastic.
You fleeced him.
Let's see here.
He did fleece him.
We got more trade talks here. Trade Godwin and Brian Robinson for DK Metcalf and Achane. I have Mike Evans. Yeah, if you have Mike Evans, you don't want Godwin and Evans. So you're trading Godwin and Brian Robinson. You're getting DK and Achane.
Yeah, send it. You don't want both of them.
Send it.
I think that's a good trade.
I agree.
Send it.
It also is fair from value.
Sergio wants to know which one of these should he start, James Cook, Bucky, or Dwaddle. I think James Cook. guys?
I think in that order you wrote it: James Cook, Bucky, Dowell.
Me too, Sergio. I think the way that you wrote it should be your lineup of how you play that out.
Yep.
That's
I agree.
Pretty simple one on that one. Sermon or Brown? I think Sermon. Brown's hurt. That's a pretty easy one. I traded Amari Cooper and Pickens for Bijan and Olave. Did I fleece him? You absolutely did.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
the production. George Pickens is having a little better year than
Jeez Louise, man, you really did. You fleeced that
guy.
He
fleeced him. Next question.
I got to process that for a minute. I was like, wait, you got that for that? What?
Yeah, right. Do you think Bijan will bring it back? Yeah, I do think Bijan will bring it back, man.
Yeah, he'll get better as
I don't think he's going to actually get better, but I don't think you can get anything for him.
Here's a good one. Brant wants to know Cook or Swift. That is a good one. Cook or Swift? I think Swift.
I think Swift. He's
not injured at all.
He's not injured at all, and he's been playing good lately. The Bears have been using him, so I go Swift.
Let him cook.
Let's see. Next question is start Shaheed or Deontay Johnson from Gavin. What do you think there, Deontay Johnson or Shaheed?
I like the boom and busty of Shaheed more, and Shaheed's been getting touchdowns. I think you got to go with Shaheed here.
Tolbert or Najee in the flex for AJ?
Tolbert.
I would go Tolbert as well.
Tolbert as well. I'm with you.
Adam wants to know trade Swift and Lazard for DJ Moore.
Swift and Lazard for, you know what? Yeah, I would do that.
Not terrible, not great.
Lazard ain't been doing that good.
Hurts or Burrows? I think we covered that. He likes Hurts. I like Burrows. Who did you like in that situation?
Oh, Burrows.
Burrows, yeah. Ooh, tight end question.
Hurts, man. Take Hurts. You want the guy who runs.
I like
what
Burrows.
You want. You missed this whole thing. You want the running points in fantasy football.
Yeah, but Burrows is a better quarterback. Kincaid or Conklin?
Is he a better fantasy quarterback?
Yes, he is by a long stretch. And that's not even arguable.
Hurts out of bye.
You can't. It doesn't
Hurts
matter.
out of bye.
Yeah, and while he was on bye, Justin Fields threw for 500 yards, I think, and 5 touchdowns. So, Kincaid or Conklin?
Hurts.
Kincaid or Conklin?
You want Conklin.
Oh man,
I want Kincaid.
Conklin's
injured.
Injured too, right? He might not play.
Yeah,
I would do Kincaid.
Next one, Jack wants to know pick 2, Wandale. Oh my gosh, that went so fast. Wandale, Slayton, Tank, or Tyrone Tracy. Man, you got the whole freaking Giants team.
You do, man. Right? You the G-man.
I would go with Wandale and probably Tank, man. I think Wandale and Tank. What do you guys think?
Tank and Tracy.
Oh, you would take Tank and Tracy over Wandale, who has like.
I think Tank's I think Tank's due to blow up. I think Tracy's going to be the lead back.
Wandale and Tank. Yeah, me
Tank.
too. Me too in that situation. Would you go Kraft or Pitts this week for Kyle Benton? That's a pretty good one.
Ooh.
That is a good one. I'm taking Pitts.
I would take Pitts. I think
guess,
too.
but I'm only taking
I'm
Pitts.
going to stay with the hot hand and Kraft.
Okay,
I'm influenced by my personal.
He's hot.
Reasonable.
He's on fire.
Kyle, we think you'd be good either way on that one. Dawson wants to know Kraft or Portageon.
Kraft or Portageon.
I think you got to stick with the Portageon, man.
You never know. You never know. It's in the Portageon.
Great.
If you have both, though, I think you could trade.
Kraft has a higher floor, but the Portageon ceiling.
Yeah, but you can trade Portageon for a lot. Genevieve, thank you for the follow. I just lost producer Paul. He died in my ear. I just heard that happen. Pick 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. No problem, Big Tang. Evans, Brown, Reed, Jennings, Rashad. I would go
2 wide receivers and 1 flex.
Yeah.
You're going Evans. You're going Reed.
The first 3. The first 3.
I'm thinking maybe Shaheed over Brown.
The first 3. Evans, Brown, and
AJ Brown?
I still think I'm taking Shaheed over maybe Brown.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't love Brown.
No, I'm taking the first.
Tang,
3.
I like your
Smart
money is the
smart money is the first 3. I'll give him that
for sure. Matthew would like to know, traded CD and Zach Moss for Gibbs and Wilson. Did I win? I think that's about even. You traded a better wide receiver for a lesser wide receiver.
CD and Zach Moss for who?
CD and Zach Moss for Gibbs and Wilson, Garrett Wilson. I think you downgraded at wide receiver, upgraded at running back.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did.
Sounds like a good trade.
It was a good trade, though.
Oh, Hurts or Murray this week?
Oh, man. I would maybe say Murray.
I think Murray's
I do agree with you that Hurts is the worst of the
Murray exactly. I just won that point.
He is still a running quarterback.
Next one.
I'd take him over any non-running.
I'm taking Murray over Hurts.
Super Dad, I would go Garrett Wilson over Zay Flowers. I don't think we really.
Yeah, Garrett
I think
Wilson
everybody agrees with me there. Start one, Eckler, Shaheed, or Dwaddle. Oh,
Shaheed.
man. I would go Eckler, Trey. I think Eckler. What do you think, Ben?
I'm with Lou on this one. I go Shaheed.
Okay. They're going with wide receiver. If you're in a PPR, it might be best for you to go with wide receiver, Trey. AJ, do I keep Josh Allen's or Mahomes? I plan to trade one or the other. I would trade Mahomes. Do you guys agree with me over Josh Allen? Which one are you keeping, Mahomes or Allen?
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Did we not say we wanted the running guy? Josh Allen's the running guy.
He's like the cusp of a running guy.
He's a running guy. I would go Josh Allen, AJ. Do you guys think differently?
Man. They're
Who
so
do you
banged
trade?
up.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. Which one would you trade? I don't know how you ended up with both, AJ, but
yeah, he wants to keep one. I mean, I would trade Josh Allen.
I would trade. Oh, okay. If you trade Josh
I'm
Allen.
kind of with. I think I'd maybe
I think
trade
you
Josh
get more
Allen
value
too.
for Josh
Allen.
It's hard to say. That's like
You get more
how do
value,
you get-
yeah,
how
but I
did
want
you
my
get-
team to
How
be
do you
good.
get this, man?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I would trade
Ooh,
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
yeah, Zellick or Slayton? I read your
I don't
name.
even know who Zellick is.
No,
bro.
his name is Zellick. Najee or Slayton is what I meant to say.
Slayton.
Yeah, I would go Slayton
I'm
in that
taking
situation.
Slayton.
My bad.
Not playing Najee. I dropped him.
not
in a
playing
league that
Zellick
I had.
Chase
either.
Brown for Addison? Yeah, Andrew, if you can trade Chase Brown and get Addison in return, I
yeah.
think that's a good trade.
Yes.
I think Chase Brown's overrated.
Here's one from Landon. He would like to know Rashid Shaheed McLaurin or MHJ, Marvin Harrison Jr. Lou, which ones?
Rashid Shaheed McLaurin.
At flex.
Oh wait,
you only get to start
MHJ.
one.
You have
One.
MHJ.
Yeah,
At
MHJ.
flex.
Oh, then you gotta go MHJ.
I would take
You gotta
MHJ
get
too.
MHJ.
Hassan, thank you for the follow. Tucker Hale asked Bijan and Garrett Wilson for Jamar Chase and Taylor. I think yes. I think if you're trading Bijan and Garrett Wilson and you're getting Jamar Chase and Jonathan Taylor, you're winning.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good trade. I could dig that.
Jeff Sherwood would like to know, would you play Devonta Smith or Bucky Irving at your flex position this week?
I think you gotta go Bucky. I'm actually higher on Devonta Smith, but I think the running back is usually the safer pick.
I think I agree with
in
you
the
there.
flex position.
Yeah. I would play Irving.
Here's a new one for us here. Wan'Dale Robinson, BTJ, or Bucky Irving in the flex. I think BTJ still wins in that situation.
No, he's actually last on my list. I would say.
Well, yeah.
I would say Wandale, or then I'd say Bucky because I just said you got to play the running back. And
All
then-
right. I
I think Brian Thomas Jr. about to have a stinker of a week. Heard it here first. Yo, can we get some likes and follows, please? Anytime.
Yeah, pop some likes and follows in the
Producer
chat
Paul
for us,
told me
guys.
to ask you, so I'm here. To ask you.
Next question, Bucky
I
or
appreciate
ETN?
you for doing it.
Would you go Bucky or ETN?
Bucky.
For Alex, I would go.
I'd go Bucky.
Bucky.
Because Bucky's the starter this week.
Evan asked. We answered this for you, Evan. We think that your trade was awesome. You traded Kenneth Walker for Brees and Godwin, and I think that's a good trade. Would you answered this one already? Gibson or J-Mo? You would go J-Mo, right?
I would go J-Mo.
You did
yeah.
say J-Mo. I'd say
I think
Gibbs.
J-Mo has a game.
Gibson.
Here's a new one. This is from Jesse Reese. He would like to know Javonte Williams, Keenan Allen, or Tolbert at flex.
Ooh.
I think
Tolbert.
I think
Tolbert.
Javonte
I like the
Williams.
Tolbert of it all.
I like Tolbert. better.
Let us know, Jesse. Are you in full PPR?
Hey, thank you for following us. Suki started.
If you're in full PPR, then definitely Tolbert. Otherwise, I would go with Javonte. They both think Tolbert, though.
Tolbert has not really had a bad game this season. If you look at his fantasy production, he's had over 10 points.
He's
almost
doing.
every week.
He's
Oh,
doing.
wow.
fine.
Here's a big trade. Traded ETN, Cook, and McLaurin for CD, Mixon, and Darnold. W question mark?
Yeah, W. Even without you got. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, especially if you needed a quarterback, Jay. I think that you got yourself a decent upgrade.
You
and
still
two
got
good players.
CD and Mixon, dude. You won on every
Like,
facet of that
yeah,
trade.
you
That's a
I
great
think you
trade,
fleeced.
dude.
Yeah, I think you fleeced for sure. Would you trade away Pollard for Pickens and ETN? Yes, I would trade Pollard straight up for Pickens and ETN. If I was getting Pickens and ETN for just Pollard.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would do that probably. Hey, thank you, Jesse Reese.
Yeah,
for
thanks,
following
Jesse.
us.
Cup for
Thank you, Christian Scott, for following us.
Cup for McCaffrey? No.
No, you keep Cup. Cup's coming back. McCaffrey might.
I
not
would do
come back.
that. I think I would do that personally.
Yeah, well,
That's vibes, though.
He's never
No.
won the league, and that's
Cup's
why.
not
I
coming.
have won the league.
Cup's
This
coming
guy's
back.
crazy.
He won the league.
We don't know if McCaffrey's
I
going to play
won the
football
league.
this year.
I am on the championship.
He won.
I got the payout.
He won because DeMar Hamlin died.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not really that fair to everyone else, but he did win. Next question. M asks, who won this trade? DJ Moore and Mooney for Amon-Ra. I think that Amon-Ra won.
Whoever gets Amon-Ra won that trade.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I disagree.
Wow, lots of new followers in here. Shout them out real quick. Hey. David, Jesse, Christian, Suki, Alex, Tucker. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
Jackson Pickett asks, Tank Dell or Garrett
Jake
Wilson
Startled. Thank you for following us.
Garrett Wilson.
I would start Garrett Wilson over Tank Dell for sure. We already answered the Bucky and ETN.
Dyson Hesh, thank you for following
us. And the answer was Bucky.
Yep, we were going with Bucky there. We're going to move down a little bit to catch up with everybody. Jason asks or
Clayton
says,
Bigsby. Clayton Bigsby's following us, dude. Let's go. Thank you for the follow.
Thanks for the follow, Clayton. He asks, he traded Tyreek and Hunt for Jefferson. I think that's an okay trade. I don't think it's a great one. It's an okay trade. What do you think, Ben?
I think it's okay.
Tyreek's been, I mean, Tua's coming back.
Tua's coming back eventually, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, half PPR is what Jesse was asking.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Jesse. What we were talking about, we got you. Yeah, I would go with Tolbert then if it's half PPR.
Yeah, if it's half PPR, I would still go Tolbert.
Yeah, I would still go Tolbert. Javonte would be my second option. We were talking about Tyreek and Hunt for Jefferson. What's our thoughts?
I would do that. I would maybe send that. I'm a Tyreek guy.
Okay. I think that it's an okay trade. You didn't kill yourself. James Cook or Eckler this week. I think that James Cook is better. Do you agree over that?
Yeah, I think even an injured James Cook is better than Eckler
okay.
right now.
Alex Anderson asks, hang on to Devontae as wide receiver 2 or trade him. He also
Gavin Nickel, thank you for the follow. Sorry for
He also has Evans, Pittman, and McLaurin. Yeah, dude, I would think that you would hold on to him. Pittman is a little bit injured. He's playing through it. If he does get any more hurt, then he's probably going to be done for a while after playing through an injury. And you want to have 3 good wide receivers.
Daniel, thank you for the follow.
Ben asks, C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson, or Kirk Cousins this week. Man, you've got some
you got some good stuff going on there.